It is Wednesday, my dudes. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Hump day of the week. Have you gotten 8 missions in Ukraine yet? You haven't? Well, you have to. You will laugh, you will cry, and you will in the end feel great as I did. This is the most truthful story about my journey in Ukraine and what I saw. It really changed me as a man. I'm honest with you, it broke me to the last piece. And then I built myself back up, and now the new Artur you see before you, this is the transformation story. And it all ends with the honeymoon. Go and get it, links in the description below. Let's now travel to Russia, Krasnodar krai, Afipsky city. Ukrainians attacked with drones, air defense missile system that was there. It's S-300, S-400, cannot really tell. It made a big of an explosion. I'm guessing it also had a lot of ammunition. And the Russians, of course, were trying to shoot down those drones. You know the famous question, what air defense doing? I show you what air defense doing. You see this little trail right here? That's what Russian air defense doing. It's trying to get it got up into the air, but went back down again. Because that's what it does a lot of the times. We don't know why, but it's made in Russia, maybe that's why. These are the aftermath videos, of course. But you might already get an idea. Yes, it connected to a high-rise apartment building. There were a lot of people inside. There were a lot of cars in front. And here is also a beautiful demonstration video that the Russians themselves filmed for us. What air defense doing? It goes up in air and then goes back down again. Boom. That's what it does. And what's the aftermath? It didn't really look much on that video, but this is what that one missile did. What is this, like 6 cars on fire? Even more, 7, the whole parking lot is on fire. And it connected into one of these buildings, I guess. You know, these S-300, S-400 missiles, they pack a lot of fuel. They make a massive bang. In 2022, 2023, I remember Russians were bombarding Kyiv with S-300 missiles. Yes, air defense missiles into ground targets. Because they had over 15,000 of them. Now they don't have that many, and also Ukrainians pushed back the front, so these missiles don't reach Kharkiv anymore, but they used to, and that was the carnage that Kharkiv experienced. Well, now it's in Afipsky, and Russians did it to themselves. Air defense did it, as you would say. Just watch it one more angle, just because Russians provide so many angles. Look at that. Boom! And here you can see how big the explosion really is. The explosion of S-300 is no joke. Now here's what the Ukrainians attacked. And you can see many trails of air defense missiles cooking off. I'm guessing these are not launches by the Russians. I'm thinking these are them just cooking off and launching on their own after the explosion, just because it looks so chaotic. But yeah, big boom, I like it. And just to illustrate the carnage one more time, I mean, this is a big bonfire, and it's for free. That's what the Russian state gives back to its people. Free bonfire. Now let's travel to the front. We got this Russian soldier befriending a mercenary from Cameroon. And this Russian soldier, I would nickname him Ivan the Toothless. You will see why. Look here, guys. These are the warriors who fight with us. Russia, Russia, glory to Russia. Cameroon is with us, guys. Cameroon is with us. Everything is gonna eat shit. Damn it. Everyone's gonna eat shit. Are you gonna eat shit? I'm not gonna eat shit. Call sign. Call sign. Carlson. Carlson is the call sign. This is Carlson and this is Cameroon mercenary. Look at okay, I apologize to all of my English or United Kingdom viewers, but is this dude English? The teeth says he is. Look at them, Ivan the Toothless here. Also, this photo came out from the front. Correct me if I'm wrong, this looks like a Wagner patch or similar like that. And this is another mercenary from a certain African country, I don't know which, but yeah, these guys, they're having it off. They really enjoy themselves. Don't let the differences in culture and language be. They are talking in body language, the universal language. They say it's music, it's body language. Some say math is the universal language, body language. Look at that. They're really enjoying each other. Russians. Also, next video again from the Russian army, because they produce more than Bollywood from India. Look, these two Russian soldiers dared to smoke their commander's weed. Have you ever done that? Have you smoked your commander's weed in the German army, in the US army? Well, they did it, and that's the outcome. I'm not going to translate the subtitles because it's as filthy as a language can be. I cannot really say these words. This dude is really shivering, and this dude also, meaning they're not gonna die yet, because if the shivering stops, then you have like, what, 30 minutes in this cold. But they're shivering strong, so they have 30 to an hour to go. Yeah, they're taped to a tree and they just let them freeze to death, because that's what the Russians do. If you smoke Gadyukin's weed, it was Gadyukin's weed. The dudes didn't know it. If I knew it was Gadyukin's weed, I wouldn't have smoked it. Now we go to the Caribbean Sea. Pirates of the Caribbean, but you would be surprised there are no pirates, and the Jack Sparrow in this case is the United States Navy. I kid you not. USA surprises again, capturing yet another Russian Shadow Fleet oil tanker. Sagita is the name. It was captured in the Caribbean Sea. Jack Sparrow would be proud. The vessel, part of the so-called Shadow Fleet, was illegally transporting Venezuelan oil in circumvention of sanctions. This is already the 7th oil tanker seized by the US since the start of the Operation Southern Spear. And this is wonderful because one of these oil tankers carries a lot of oil. I'm not even going to pretend I know the exact numbers, but we're talking about so much oil. It's tens of millions of dollars, if not over $100 million worth. Only one tanker. And these go daily. If US captures these, or any country, this takes a lot of money away from the Russians. And I keep saying this, you gotta take away the money, because Putin will fight until he runs out of any means to do that. So yeah, 7th tanker captured. We have a video also. This is wonderful. Super. That's the tanker. These are the US troops running around, doing their special forces stuff, and I just love to see that. I would love to see Europeans capture more tankers. They are in the European waters, but very few countries have the balls to do that. The United States is one of them. Finland is another. Italy did it. Other countries follow. So there's Danish Strait, right? That's the strait where all of the tankers go through if they go to St. Petersburg area. Capture every last one of them. That's my call. Follow this example. Talking about America, now I gotta bring you an American story. Not so much American. He is in prison in Russia now. But this is an American. Charles Wayne Zimmerman. Sounds German, but he's American. 58 years old, US Navy veteran. Spent nearly a year sailing on his own yacht from North Carolina to Russia to meet a girl from Kazan, Russia, whom he had met online. Oh my god, this is such a common story. These Russian girls online, and you go to meet them and they turned out to be an 80-year-old man or something. But in this case, not an 80-year-old man, but 5 years in Russian penal colony. Penal colony. Yikes. During a customs inspection in the port of Sochi, I've been to Sochi, by the way, great place, a rifle and ammunition were found on board. Zimmerman explained that the weapon was for self-defense, but the court found him guilty of illegally transporting weapons across the border and sentenced him to 5 years in general regime penal colony. Let's also watch a video from his yacht. That's what his yacht looked like. And I want to see the ammunition. And this is the rifle. Like a very easy thing to own in the USA, not so much in Russia. That's the ammunition also. Right, for this, wanted to meet his love, but met other prisoners in a Russian prison who will, they will be all friends there, if you know what I mean. They will be talking in body language. A lot of body language in the next 5 years for him. I don't know why people do it. Anything Russia is bad for you and your health and your future, just don't. If you have an option to go to Russia or not go to Russia, always choose not go to Russia. You will not spend 5 years in prison. It's always good for your health not to be talking in body language with other Russian prisoners for the next 5 years. Let's all learn from this story. My friends, now I gotta mention 3 names from Buy Me a Coffee monthly members, and I'm so proud to do that. Sometimes we don't have any names. Now we have 3 again, although one of them is anonymous. And I found out why I say Someona, because people don't want me to announce their names, so they don't write them down. Hey, joke's on you, because I'm naming Someona this one. It's number 1. It's number 1 of the entire name list. Number 2 is Andrew Webster. We met in Utah. I flew you to the US. Yeah, in 24 beginning, I did North American tour, United States and Canada, 7 cities in 2 weeks. And Andrew Webster actually bought the tickets. So thank you, Andrew, for that trip. I got to meet you all. It was wonderful. Thank you. And also thank you for joining again. Vogelphonics. I might say, I'm not sure. Vogelphonics. Yeah, maybe not, but thank you for your weird name. Thank you for signing up. If you like my channel, buy me a coffee, link is in the description below. Now we're gonna travel to occupied Donetsk Oblast, where we see something that we saw a lot in 22 and 23, not so much after because Russians adapted. The explosion of an ammo depot. All of the ammunition built up in the Soviet times when war began, Russians were kind of stupid on that. They put it in big piles all across close to front line. Then Ukrainians blew them all up, and the Russians stopped doing that. But now, they did it again. And Ukrainians blew it up again. What a surprise there. And this is a nice little free barbecue provided by the Russian state and occupational forces to the nice people of Donetsk. It's free, did I mention that? Nice and free. If you go close to it, you get warmth, you get light, you get to cook your sausage if you want to on the fire. It's free amenities from the occupational forces. You're welcome. Yeah, a lot of secondary explosions, big mushroom cloud as we used to see them 2 years ago. Haven't seen it for a long time like that, but I'm glad to see that. Definitely makes my Wednesday. This video came out a few days ago. It's old, obviously, there's no snow, but it's just good because it's a Russian UGV, unmanned ground vehicle, basically a ground drone, but it's carrying some big electronic warfare jamming system. Look at that. It's a big radar or jammer, or it's gonna jam out the frequency so you shouldn't see anything. Well, it's here to drop Ukrainian drones. And what is next to it? A Ukrainian drone. I think it's a fiber optic drone. You cannot jam these drones. But it's just an ironic thing to see where a massive jammer is taken out by the very thing that it's supposed to jam. Well, just put a fiber at the back of that drone. Russians also have a lot of fiber optic drones, and nobody will jam that drone. Just a beautiful thing to see. Now this video illustrates to us, it comes from the Russians, but I know Ukrainians use similar camos. This is a new camo. I started seeing these back in like 23, 24 when the urban warfare intensified. Look at that. This is how the test at the testing ground. That's it, covered. You're buried and I can't see you. And that's how it will be. Awesome plan. Listen, it really looks like a pile of garbage and nothing else. Hey guys, check this out. Guys, Danya. Danya doesn't want to see that. They can't be seen. They're busy filming. You can't see me. Yes, they like that. They will come now. Yeah, here of course you can see a weird pile of bricks, but if you go in a destroyed Avdiivka, Bakhmut or any frontline city right now, Mirnogorod, there's so many bricks like that. In the winter of course not, but when there's no snow, this camo will make you totally invisible. Ukrainians and Russians both are using this, sharpshooters are using this, and Russian infiltrators who try to sneak past some drone teams to get behind them, they're using this. It's very dangerous, of course, but it's really also difficult to see. But again, the weak point is, of course, drones with heat cameras, infrared cameras that see heat signals, and they will see right through it. So yeah, it doesn't really work if there are drones above, which there are. Now, my friends, we go to Kyiv, Ukrainian capital. And I hate to report this, but there is a real humanitarian catastrophe going on, a crisis. In January 2026, this month, over 500,000 people have left Kyiv because there's no heat, no water, no electricity. 600,000 people have left. Of course, over 2 million have stayed, and there's many high-rise apartment buildings where there are thousands of people packed together with no heat, water, nothing. And this is one of the videos of how they survived. I mean, Russians are deliberately focusing down anything that produces heat, electricity, or allows the water to run. People have to make do. It's a very difficult situation. Let's see how they adapt. Morning. Today we have electricity, so we're heating as best we can. It's a very good day. This is how we slept, and we slept really well. It's very warm and cozy here. But the condensation, our tent is wet, since we only have power for about 1 hour a day. I'm afraid that during the other 23 hours it could freeze and turn to ice. So yeah, they have 1 or 2 hours per day of the 24-hour cycle in Kyiv. That's a humanitarian catastrophe. That's what Russia wants to do. This is what they want to happen. And it's really sad to see this, that it has worked for them. And Ukrainians are a really strong nation, really strong people. They adapt and overcome these. For example, yeah, if you put a tent, you make a very small area that you can already heat with your body heat at night. This really does help. But overall, it's very difficult to live in an apartment like that. It's easier in the countryside when you have wooden stoves and you can get your water from the well if it's not frozen. And there's issues with food also. Soup kitchens have been set up in Kyiv in over 50 locations. Here you can see them working. I'm so glad to see this. A lot of people need this right now because no heat, no electricity. I mean, how are you going to cook food? It's -10, -15 Celsius. You cannot eat frozen meat, your teeth will come out. So yeah, the soup kitchens are really important. This is what these heating stations look like. Kyiv has deployed these to many locations. They have red lights, they have generators and some electricity for some users, and they provide some heat. If there's -15 in the apartment, these tents might have plus something, so you're not going to freeze to death, but you're still really cold. It's one of the most difficult times in this war in the capital of Ukraine right now. When the cold passes, things will get better, but until the end of February, it's going to be -degrees. 1.5 more months are the most difficult time in this whole war right now. Next 6 weeks. So let's wish them strength and help them any way we can. And yeah, Klitschko, the mayor of Kyiv, says over 600,000 people have left in the last 3 weeks. So this is a mass exodus to the countryside. People have parents and grandparents living in the farms or countryside where there's wood-fired stoves and water from the well. This already is so much easier to cope with if you have heat and water. Even if it's not hot water, it's just water. You can heat it with a wood-fired stove. I mean, and you can make food on it. So it's easy to survive in the countryside right now, so people are going. More to illustrate the humanity of Ukrainians, I bring to you a certain drone operator who was doing a battle mission, but he saw this text on the snow. And I saw what exactly grandma was writing in the snow. Прошу хлеба, which is give me bread, I think, or give bread. First of all, and secondly, she was not writing in the direction of the Russians. She was riding in our direction. She was riding on the side where Ukrainian drones would be flying over. She was asking us specifically. So I saw the inscription, took a picture first of all. Secondly, I went to the leaders and asked for permission for all this. Then they sent me the necessary materials, and I dumped the package to the bread on my grandmother. 1 bread and cookies. Yes, that's how it turned out. I feel sorry for my grandmother. We need to take her out. We need to help her. I understand that you can't just go there and pick her up. Some old lady. It's a buffer zone. But yeah, you can see that even in times of the heaviest battles where drones go and kill Russians occupiers, there's still time and opportunities to show the best part of humanity. This is what war brings out. The worst, which the Russians show us, and the best part of humanity, which also comes out in extreme stress, like this story here. And there's countless stories like this from the Ukrainian nation. And I love it so much because it gives me hope for humanity. I feel like brotherhood nation to Ukrainians after seeing this kind of stuff. And the next story, it's these stories they give me, but you know, it's a humanitarian catastrophe in Kyiv and the bigger cities right now. What about the animals? There are a lot of street cats and street dogs there, right? Honest truth, they will die if nobody does nothing. But Ukrainians, they do something. A real cat hotel for homeless fluffies has appeared in Kamyansk, in the courtyard of an apartment building in the 10th micro-district on the left bank. Caring residents have built a warm little house for cats with their own hands. The structure was custom made and is designed to accommodate 6-tailed guests at once. And here inside they can be away from the wind. They will be a little warmer inside because I'm guessing it's a bit insulated. And they will survive. I'm guessing people also put food in here. It's just such a nice thing to do. Nobody pays you to do this. It's just civil society. People seeing something that needs to be fixed, someone who needs help, and they do it from their own time, from their own energy, from their own money. This is a nation. This is a culture. This is something that is really difficult to destroy. It's almost impossible. Why I'm talking? Because I'm Estonian. Russians have tried to destroy us from the earth for the last forever. We're still here. It's really difficult to destroy this because this is stronger than any missiles. This cat house right here symbolizes the strength of that culture. I love it so much. And this is what I saw in Ukraine when I visited 8 times, and also I loved it so much. I said to my wife, hey, do you want to spend honeymoon in Ukraine? I knew she was going to say no. Who would say yes to go on a honeymoon in a war zone? But she said yes immediately. I was so surprised. We actually went, and this is all in this book. I'm telling you, a lot of tears, a lot of laughter. The emotional roller coaster will be insane. Until my next video, my friends, which will be on Friday, so be sure to be back, be sure to subscribe. Slava Ukraini, and bye-bye.